training. We're going to be going through a system that Brett and I personally use to make over $30,000 per month online. It's something that we do on a daily basis, and you can do it as well. So I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to switch over and bring you over to our websites. I want to show you here, before we even get into any of this, that we're not full of it, that we're not teaching you something that we're not doing ourselves. I'm sick of people going out there and like teaching how to make money on like Amazon, and they have never even made any money themselves. So here is an example. In case you don't know about me, this is my website here. My name is Mike Thomas. You probably know me as Mike from Maine here. This is my review website here. Now I do a few things here. I do reviews, I do interviews, I do income reports. I'm very transparent with how I've been able to make money online here. Now I just want to show you here a little bit about my journey here. On my site, I've got these little income reports here, and I've actually been documenting this since I got started back in 2012. So you can see here, this is the month, this is the subscribers, this is my income and my expenses and my profit. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll show you how much money that they've made, like their total income, but they don't talk about how much money they spent to make it. So you can see here that I've been making anywhere from 39, 22,000, 24,000, 27, 77, 30, 43, 67, 30, 73. My lowest month last year was $19,000 that I made online. If you average out my income from last year, it's about $40,000 per month that I made each month doing the business model that we're going to talk about today. But of course, it takes time to get going. You're not going to make that money overnight. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a push-button solution. Anyone that is trying to sell you that, they're just trying to sell you the dream, it's not going to work. You need to have something that is going to start out slowly, gradually building up and getting you to the next level. So if you see here, when I started back October of 2011, first month was $355. Not a great month. Other months here, I went through and I had to actually learn a bunch of stuff. I learned the hard way, and I actually had some months where I had losses. I didn't make any money because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was running around spending money on stuff and didn't know. But gradually, you can see here, moved up, a nice $13,000 month. Had some $2,000 months over time, moved up, moved up, moved up, and you can see here this is where the money started coming in. $10,000, $11,000 one, 12, 17, 55,000, 30, 30, 26, 28, etc., etc. It just keeps going up and up and up. It's an amazing business model here. So also, what I do with my reviews is I also do something that's a little different. A lot of people, when you get emails from people promoting different affiliate marketing products, and they just send you out an email, it gets in your inbox, and maybe they send you off to a bonus page. It's got all these crazy bonuses on it, and then that page kind of dies and never is seen again. One thing that I do here is I have a list of episodes where I actually save every single review that I do. You can see here I've done 893 of them, and if you go through all through time, these all live throughout time now, where I actually have old reviews that I did 3 years ago that all make commissions from today, because I'm building an army of little money soldiers. That's what I like to call them. Actually came up with that the other day. Little money soldiers. Each of these little reviews is a little money soldier that's going to just keep on making me money over time, and it's just a way of building a library, an asset of passive income. Now that's how I do things here. Now you might think, okay, Mike does this. He's special. He's the only one that can do this. Well, no, that's could be nothing further from the truth there. Brett Rutecki here, he's my business partner, but we weren't always business partners. Brett started his review website independently from me about, I don't know, a couple years, actually. I think he started in 2014. He'll correct me in a little bit here, but he started his a while after me and has been able to build his site up so that he is going to surpass me anytime soon here in just the power that he's been able to create with this and the asset that he does as well. You'll see here his style is a little bit different than mine. He likes to do a lot more written reviews. He had some videos in here as well, but he's got a lot more written text on his reviews, and he's got this rating system here that people love. He's got this rating system that allows you to have positives and negatives. It allows you to have your ratings here, and as we'll talk about a little later on, you're able to get better search results. Brett ranks higher than me consistently in the search engine. Brett, I can't let you in there. He beats me out over and over again because of this strategy that he uses here, which is what we're going to talk about today. Before I send you over to him, I also want to bring you over here, and I told you before I didn't want to teach you something that I'm not actually doing. So I want to bring you over here. This is my JVZoo account. This is kind of slow for me. These are my affiliate commissions for the last 2 days. This is yesterday and this is today. But what I'm going to do here is go in here and show you my stats. And I'm going to go here, and in JVZoo, I'm going to do all time, and I'm going to click refresh here. And we're going to wait for that to come in. It sometimes takes a minute for that number to come in. But this is the number that, as I was showing you before, when I started doing this, and I actually started doing more of the review model back in around September of 2012 here. So from that day until now, here's the number, and hopefully it will be up here. Of course, it doesn't want to show up because we're doing a live call here. But when that number comes up, I'm going to show you the total number of commissions that I've been able to make as a JVZoo affiliate. And this isn't including prize money that I've won. This isn't including other affiliate networks. This is just JVZoo. So now, thank you, JVZoo, for coming up here. I've made $591,000 in affiliate commissions here on JVZoo. Now, this isn't sales. This isn't like I get half of this. All this money right here, this is after refunds as well. So any refunds that have gone through, this is the total number that has gone into my bank account after. So that's a pretty nice amount of money here from JVZoo. Almost 600,000. I'm hoping to hit that 600,000 within the next week here. Probably in the next couple days, I'll hit that. So it's just, again, in your mind, I just want to make sure that you understand that I'm actually doing this. So have I proved that to you? Can you put a yes or a no in the chat box if I've proven to you, if you believe that I'm actually doing this and that Brett's actually doing this as well? Okay, yes, totally. Nice one, well done. Awesome. Okay, so I've done my job here. And again, I want you to know I'm not doing this to show off. There's no reason for me to show off about this. It doesn't help anyone to go out there and flaunt these type of things. I'm just doing this to make you know and put you at ease that you're actually listening to two guys that are doing this on a daily basis and that are worth listening to. I just don't want you to be listening to like these MLM people and these other people that aren't actually doing what they're doing. So what I'm going to do now, Brett, are you alive and with us?
I'm alive, Mike. I'm stewing over the fact that you earned a little bit more than me in affiliate commissions.
Well, I'm going to ask you not to open up your product creation, your product sales, because that number's going to be a lot lower on my end here. So let me send this over to you, Brett, if you're ready to share with us a little bit more of the secrets of your success.
Sure, send it on over.
Okay. So let me find Brett. Make you presenter.
All right, can you guys all see my site here? You should be able to see. Let me make sure everything's coming through here.
I can see it.
You should be able to see a review for a product called The Simple Affiliate.
Yep, they can see it.
Let me know.
Yep.
All right, great. Okay, so I want to take a real quick step back and talk about something that people were saying and people were mentioning inside the chat when Mike asked them if they believe that review sites work. I saw a couple of people saying things like, I tried reviewing Amazon products, I tried reviewing video games, and I didn't really make any money. I want to make something really clear. Mike and I review MMO products. That's what we do. We review make money online products. We're in the MMO niche. We review software and trainings that other MMO vendors put out. Now, the reason we do that, quite frankly, Mike, I'm sure we can both agree, the reason we do that is because it's very profitable. You've got Amazon that's going to go ahead and pay you 6%, maybe 6% depending on your volume, maybe 4% if you're just getting started. If you do an affiliate promo, if you get a sale as an affiliate through them, you've got sites like GameStop and other, if they have affiliate networks set up, they might give you 10, 15% if you're lucky. When you review software, software has absolutely no production cost, especially software. It has no production cost. The vendors are more than willing to give out a 50% commission. So it just makes sense if you're going to do a review site, frankly, to review the products that pay the biggest commission. So that is why I review software products on my review site, because it also helps that I used to be a software developer, but anybody can do it. Mike is not a software developer, and he does it as well. The
I'm
main
definitely
reason
not a
is
software developer.
the main reason is if you can send a sale to Amazon and get a 4% commission, or you can send a sale to an IAM software vendor and get a 50% commission, what just makes the most sense? Both things require the exact same amount of work. Doesn't it make sense to send the sale to the affiliate that's going to give you that 50% commission? That's something that I realized early on, and when I started doing reviews, I decided I was going to do reviews. I chose to review software in the IAM space because the commissions were higher, and I wanted to get the most for my time as I could. So this is actually a review that I put on one of my sites. It's called The Simple Affiliate. Now, one thing that Mike touched on in the beginning as well is he said that he has these little soldiers. Like he creates these reviews, and they become little soldiers making money for him.
They're my money soldiers, Brett.
What's that?
They're my money soldiers.
They're money soldiers. I apologize for that. So when I first got into doing reviews, I started looking to see what other people does. I mean, that's one of the main things that you can do. And if you want to get into any type of business, you look at what successful people are doing in that business, and you say, how can I emulate what they're doing? Because if you want the results that they get, the sensible thing is to just do what they do. But I started looking at what other people were doing. I got on a couple of people's lists. I signed into their opt-in forms deliberately so I could see how they were doing things. And one thing that I noticed is that they were all like making bonus pages. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that they're doing a bad thing. But for me, that didn't make sense. Because it occurred to me, if they do a bonus page, that's it. It's a once and done thing. They send their traffic to it. They probably use an email list, which is, I didn't have an email list getting started, so that wasn't going to work for me anyway. They send their traffic to it. The people either buy through their bonus page or they don't, and that's the end of it. It didn't make a lot of sense to me for two ways. Like I said, I didn't have an email list, so I couldn't send a bunch of traffic initially. And also, I didn't see the sense in like making it a once and done thing. I mean, a review should be an asset. A review should be something that you can build up on, like Mike just showed you in his site. If you actually go down to the bottom, you can see I have an archive where people can see all of my past reviews as well. And incidentally, to answer Mike's question, it was January of 2014 that I started the site. So what occurred to me is that the best thing to do is to have a website so you can keep indexing that website, so that way you can keep getting traffic passively through the indexed content on that website. And also, more importantly, when somebody comes to a site for one thing, so say, for example, somebody's coming to a site for one product that I'm promoting, they decide not to buy it, but they browse around the site and they buy something else instead because it's all right there for them. The way I actually think of my review site is I don't think of it as a review site. I think of it as a store. So my job is just to get people in the store, either through a freebie, through a training article, by indexing on one particular review, and maybe they won't buy one product. Maybe they won't buy the initial product that I thought that they were going to buy or that I wanted them to buy. But there's a whole store there. It's not just a bonus page where they come and they leave right away. They either buy or they don't. There's a whole store there for them to shop around, read about other products, and maybe they'll buy one of those other ones. Now, I'm saying maybe, and you're thinking like, yeah, well, Brett, maybe they won't. Well, I can tell you from experience they do. It actually does happen. There's a reason why I chose to show you this particular review on my site here. You can see it's called The Simple Affiliate, and it was posted on September 2016, so I don't know how long ago that was. Man, I don't even know what day it is. That's the I Am Lifestyle. I don't know what day of the week it is. So it's 5 months ago it was posted, right? This was actually a product that was promoted on the Warrior Plus network. It wasn't on JVZoo. If I actually go over to Warrior Plus, you can see I sold this 3 days ago. There's a sale for the Simple Affiliate 3 days ago, but I did my review 5 months ago. Now, this is just one example that I actually just found just now while Mike was talking earlier. That's what I was actually doing.
Right, is that one of your money soldiers?
Yes, yes. There's actually, yeah, and like I said, I just found this while you were just talking before. I didn't even plan on showing this, but when you were talking about that little money soldier thing, I was like, yeah, I'll find one real quick and show them exactly that this is true, that it does work. It took me 2 seconds to find a product that I had recently sold that I promoted months ago. That's actually that common. And that's the benefit of having a site as opposed to doing a bonus page or doing some kind of one-off promo. It doesn't make sense to put in work and only get paid once. It makes sense to put in work and get paid over and over and over again. So each of these reviews on your sites actually becomes an asset. And that's how you make money. That's how you make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month online. You build up assets because, we're humans and we have to sleep 8 hours a day. Maybe if you're like me, you only sleep 6.5 hours a day, but you still want to spend time doing other things. You don't want to be working all the time. If you're going to do bonus pages, and you could probably make 30, 40,000 if you work constantly over and over again and work your tail off. But if you're going to do that, you might as well just get a job. I mean, nobody wants to do that. Work your tails off and work, put in 60, 80-hour work weeks. What you want to do is build up assets. So these assets can make you money. So you get paid over and over and over and over again from these assets. That's how you get to the level of where you're making a lot of money online, because you're not selling your hours now. You're making money off the assets that you've created. And these reviews become assets. So let me go ahead and show you another one of my reviews. This is actually FreshPop, WordPress FreshPop. And as you can see, Mike pointed out, I do a lot of text reviews. So I can make videos, and sometimes I do make videos, but a lot of times I do text reviews. They're really around 600 or 700 words. Sometimes I get up to 800 or 900 words. Sounds like a lot. Honestly, guys, it takes about 30 minutes to type 600, 700 words.
Can I chime in there really quick, Brett? And I just want to say to you guys that a lot of people are like, whenever you talk about, like you can see there's a video on there as well. A lot of people are scared to death of doing like anything to do with like videos or like anything with doing videos. People are really scared of, and it's funny that actually doing text reviews can be more profitable than doing video reviews. I personally do a lot more videos because it's easier. I can just go out there and I can record it. I'm used to it. But for anyone out there that's like, I don't want to do video, I'd much rather either type it or have my virtual assistant type it for me, then it's perfect for them.
Yeah, there's a real good reason for doing text reviews as well, and it's a perfect reason for the newbies. A lot of times, the people will say, "Okay, that's great. How do I get traffic? I mean, if I'm writing this review, how am I going to get people actually doing that?" I thought that myself. How am I going to get traffic? As I scroll down, actually, there is a video on this one. Apparently, you know my site better than I do, Mike.
I do.
I do so many of these that I couldn't remember there's a video. But anyway. A lot of people will say that. They'll say, how am I going to get traffic to this? And that's what I thought to myself. How am I going to get traffic to this? Well, I realized if I type text reviews, if I spend a half an hour, 40 minutes typing up a text review and saying the word that I want to rank for. So, example, I want to rank for WordPress FreshPop. So I say WordPress FreshPop, and I don't just spam it, say WP FreshPop, WP FreshPop, WP, that's crazy. I just say it in natural spoken English. And that's how I type my reviews, just like as if I was talking to somebody. It's like I'm almost like I'm having a conversation with somebody and telling them about something. Google sees that, Google indexes that, and Google sends me free traffic for that. Now, a lot of people say it's hard to rank on Google. I do it all the time just by typing text reviews, just by using natural spoken language. And anybody can read my site. I'm definitely not a Pulitzer Prize winning writer. Mike used to be an English teacher. He likes to teach me about my grammar mistakes. If it wasn't for spell check, I absolutely rely on spell check to point out my spelling errors. Unfortunately, spell check doesn't do anything about my grammar mistakes, so I'm always using words like you're wrong and they're wrong, and I'm messing them all up. So you don't have to be some Pulitzer Prize winning writer. As a matter of fact, that's actually okay for Google, because Google wants to see natural typing. They want to see what looks legitimate to them. So when they see things like that, it's legitimate to them. They say, this guy is really writing articles. He has a mistake or two. It's not some polished BS, just trying to get rankings. It actually looks good. And you can go over here to Google, and anybody can do this as well. They can search for this if they like to. They can say, there's my review for WordPress FreshPop. There are 5,040,000 results. I'm right on the top, number 1. Now, what I want to do is go ahead and show you my analytics, and I want to point out why review sites work so well for ranking, because I think that is an important thing. I think it's important that people are able to get that ranking traffic, especially when they're just getting started, because traffic is initially the hardest thing for people to do. So if you actually go over, here's my Google Analytics, and you can see it breaks it down into colors. So blue is direct, and I'll be totally honest, blue is from my email list, and I build a lot of traffic from my email, from I build a lot of my email list from my Google traffic. So when people are on my site, I show them a pop-up when they're going to exit and say, hey, would you like to join my list, that type of thing. So blue here is 42%, quite honestly, comes from my email list. But if you look right here, 28% of my traffic comes from Google. So 28% of my traffic, a full third of my business, comes from Google. If we actually
Imagine, Brett, if you didn't have that third of your business there. Like that's a third of your business. That's a third of your income. And you talk about how you have pop-ups like that third right there, that green there, gets siphoned into that blue, and that blue keeps on getting bigger because the emails from that traffic, you keep on building that email list, and your more direct, like your direct traffic increases. Was I able to explain that?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, like I have opt-in forms and stuff on my site, and people come there from organic traffic and end up being on my opt-in opting in. So this blue, you can say, okay, that's direct traffic. That's my email list. That's 42% of my business. But the reason it's 42% of my business is because Google is 28% of my business and has built up my email list for me. Now, honestly, I also build my email list up other ways as well. I want to be completely transparent about that. But this green section from Google definitely does feed into the blue direct section. And even if you discounted that, I mean, imagine what it would be like to lose 28% of your business overnight. Like if all of a sudden Google said, we're going out of business. I mean, they're not going to, but if they did, that would kill me. I mean, 28% of $1 million a year business is a lot. So it would definitely kill me. If we actually go over here, I'll show you my Google organic search. And this is why I want everybody to understand that a site is so important. Is having that store is so important, not only because of the recurring sales, not only because you can build up assets and sell things that you've written months ago, get sales from them ongoing, but also because of this organic traffic here. Let me close this get response window. I don't know if I'm showing by the day or by the month. Okay, there you go. I'm showing it by the day right now. And you can see, well, there's the highest one. On Tuesday, January 31st, I've got 431 people to my site from Google completely free. That's one day, 400 visitors for free.
And if you were to go out there, sorry to interrupt you, Brett, but if you were going to go out there and buy like Facebook ads or solo ads or something for that same traffic, I mean, we're talking minimum like 50 cents a click for that traffic. So we're talking, I mean, that in one day you got at least, I mean, $200 worth of traffic there, and probably it's worth a lot more than that. I'm actually being on the low end there. Those are people that are specifically looking for information that is on your website. Lowball $200 of free money that came into you.
Yeah, and that's what's great, because I mean, these people are targeted visitors as well, because nobody's going to Google and searching for basketball and then getting shown my website.
Yeah.
So they're absolutely targeted visitors. Well, I'm getting them completely for free. 431 on the 31st. That was the highest in the recent month. Let's go ahead and look at the lowest to be fair, though. I mean, you can't just show the best day. You have to show the worst day. I believe the worst day was actually yesterday, believe it or not. I had 161 yesterday. So my worst day from free traffic was 161 people in one day. So if we look at it weekly, I'm averaging about 1,007. My worst week so far. This is the beginning of this week, so we're only on Tuesday, so of course it's going to be low. Last week, 1,725. I'm 1,500, 1,700, 2,000 people per week coming to my website completely free. Those are people that come. Some of them leave. Some of them don't do anything. Some of them buy something. Some of them opt into my email list. It's all completely free, and it's all because I have a website. It's all because I have a review site. If I had bonus pages, I wouldn't be able to get any organic traffic. If I had videos on YouTube or something, I really probably wouldn't get any organic traffic. And I certainly wouldn't get this free people from Google, and I wouldn't get ongoing sales over and over again. I want everybody to always think about that. When you do a review site, you're not building a review site. You're building a store. That's what you're doing. You're building a store. When you get people in the store, you get sales.
It's something that we didn't even mention, Brett, and this is one of the things that, like, we talked about the money and the traffic and like the sexy parts of it. The parts that might not seem so sexy but are still equally as important is that by having a review website, you're also branding yourself. Like if you go back over to your site, Brett, if you go over to Brett's site, you'll see here every time, and you guys might not know this, but every time you come to my site, Brett's site, anyone else's review website, they're branding you. You're seeing that Brett Retecki there at the top. You're seeing that bulldog there. You're just like psychologically, you're becoming used to his brand. You're becoming like you're the likelihood that when you see it again, you're going to be familiar with it. You're going to like it and trust it. It's just one of those things that make it more serious. It makes you seem more serious. And like someone was asking here in the chat box, like if you're new to this, how can you go out there and get review access and stuff for different products? This is the best way of being able to, if you're interested in being a reviewer, is having a website because people will actually take you seriously and give you access.
Yeah, that's actually something I could say for sure. And I mean, I'm a reviewer. I do product reviews. I do affiliate marketing. I also am a software developer, so I sell software as well. I use affiliates to sell software. It makes sense, considering that I'm an affiliate myself. I utilize my affiliate contacts to sell my own software. And one thing that I do is I go to JVZoo and I look for people that are asking to be an affiliate for me. And if they're new, if I look and they've got 20,000 sales, well, fine, you're getting approved. I don't even need to know you. It's obvious. But if you're new, you have less than 10 sales or even less than 50 sales, the first thing I do is I look in the comments there, a little comment section that you can put in when you request affiliate access, and I see what they said. And if they say something like, "Hey, I'm just getting started. I really want to, promote your product. Can you approve me?" I say no. I don't know anything about you. If they say, "Here's my website, go check it out," and I go to their website and I see they have a logo, I see they have a site, I see they're making posts, even if they're not getting sales yet because they're just getting started, I'm not going to hurt somebody for getting started. I'm not going to hold that against them. We were all new at one point. But if I see that they have a site, I see they're actually posting to it, I know that they're serious. They're probably not a scammer if they actually built a site and are making posts. That would be a really long con. So I feel confident then giving them access, giving them interviews, letting them be approved to promote for me. It's a very important thing like that Mike mentioned. Thanks for pointing that out, Mike.
You're welcome.
So anyway, so with the results, I'm talking about all the things they're doing. I'm saying that I'm getting good results. Mike showed a little bit of his results. Go ahead and show a little bit of mine now. I'm a little embarrassed now because Mike's is bigger than mine, so I'm gonna go. But I'll go show mine. So since I got started with my site, I did $405,328 in sales. Now this is just on JVZoo, as I showed you earlier. I also sell on the Warrior Plus network, and I also sell on there's another one, Deal Guardian, as well. Sometimes not too much on Deal Guardian. I will be honest, the most of my sales are on JVZoo, so that's the one I'm going to show you because that's the most relevant one. It's actually the network that I suggest people use as well. I really like the JVZoo network. $405,238. Now that's after refunds because refunds do happen. And that's cash in my pocket. It's not like I paid half to somebody, because this was somebody paying half to me. So $405,000 in my pocket since February of 2014. It's about $200,000 a year. Being quite frank from the beginning, like Mike had said, you do have to build yourself up. So in the beginning, I made less. In the end, I make more. I make about $30,000 to $35,000 a month. Now, in the beginning, I didn't make $30,000 a month. It does take time to build it up. Does everything I said make sense? Does anybody have any questions about what I've said so far?
Any questions so far, everyone? Is everything making sense to you? Put a yes in the chat box if this looks pretty cool to you, if this makes sense to you.
Or if it
good, crystal clear. Awesome. Yes, so far so good. Yes, 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 yes. A healthy dose of reality. I like that you said that, and I can't see your name. It says a healthy dose of reality. Excellent. Like, that's what this is. This is reality. This is a real business model. This is something that actually works. This isn't one of those little, like, I know you guys get these things in your inboxes, like these MLM, pyramid scheme, BS offers in your inbox telling you that you can make money and push a button, and it's just like, you guys know that doesn't work. I know you don't believe that works, but it's nice to think it does. I wish it did. Trust me, if these systems worked where you could go out there, push a button, and make a ton of money, I wouldn't be here on this call right now. I would be sitting on a beach, drinking a margarita, and living the good life, just pushing that button over and over and over again. But this is the next best thing to that magic button here.
My kids wouldn't be in school, Mike, if there was a push-button system, because they'd be here pushing buttons, one with each finger. Well, you don't need an education. Press that button.
It'd be child labor all over the place. Shane has an interesting question. If you did 1 to 2 reviews a week, how long to get the ball rolling with some good income? 1 to 2 reviews a week.
Well, now 1 to 2. Now, good income is a subjective word. So, what do you think? Like when I first got started, I was making, I was having $100 days, and I thought that was good income. But as you start making money, you start thinking that you want more. I mean, that's just natural human nature. Like, oh,
That was my goal, Brett. When I first started out, my goal was to make $3,000 per month. That was, for me, that was a good income. And now, if I made $3,000 in a month, I would probably be complaining to you about it.
yeah, yeah. I actually, when I used to be a freelance software developer, I wanted 5,000 a month. I was a little greedier than you are, but I have kids and
Yeah.
you don't, so I wanted
Mhm.
5,000 a month. I'll be quite honest. It took me 6 months to get to $5,000 a month. That's the point it took me to. Um, so yeah, I don't, and probably about 2 months until the point where I was making about 1,000 to 1,500 a month, and then it took me about 6 months till I was getting to making 5,000 a month. It took me about a year to break, I don't know, 15, 12, 15,000. And then the second year is when I really started taking off because I had built up my brand, I had built up my reputation. The second year is where I really took off and got to the 25, 30, $35,000 level. I don't want anybody, and you might be thinking to yourself, like, oh man, 6 months to make 5 grand a month. Well, you know what? In 6 months you could quit your job. I mean, you know what I mean? That's, or you could keep working at it for the next 30 years. I mean, it's you gotta think forward a little bit. And one thing that Mike don't do, and Mike and I don't do, is we don't BS you. We're not going to tell you you're going to get rich overnight because you're not. This isn't going to happen. This is for action people. This is for people that are able to say, look, I'm going to do a little bit of work now, and in 3 months, in 4 months, in 5 months, I'm going to reap the rewards. I'm going to be able to make, a job replacing income eventually, and I care enough about my future to put in the work to get myself to doing that level. I can honestly say that having that foresight completely changed my life. I mean, if I didn't have that foresight and I didn't put in that little bit of effort to get to that point, I would still be freelancing. I would still be just selling my hours away. I would have to look for jobs. I would have to work on a schedule. I wouldn't be making anywhere near the money I am. So what I like to tell people is it's good to set a timeline for yourself, but you also have to remember that it's going to take time. I don't want to BS anybody. I don't want to lie to people about that.
Hey guys, I see we got a ton of questions in here. What I'm going to do, we're running a little short on time here because we're trying to keep this within an hour. And I'm gonna leave these questions to the end. I'm gonna stick on here at the end and answer these questions. But Brett, do you want to show them what we have for them today?
Yeah, one of the main things that people ask me for, there's two things that people always ask. They always ask, how do I do this? And because there is a definite way of doing this. It's incidentally, it's kind of ironic that Mike and I ended up doing it independently of each other, but there is a definite way that we do things. The second thing that people always ask me is, how do I do reviews? Like, how do I get a theme and how do I do all that stuff? So what I decided to do was create a system that gives people both. So this is the way you do reviews, and this is the way you build a review site. So that's where Review Wizard came from. So it's actually a combination. It's a combination of a software and it's a training. So the main training talks about how I do reviews. It starts from the beginning with affiliate marketing intro. It explains, just like I told you in the beginning of this webinar, but in much more detail, obviously, why I review IM products. It talks about hosting, getting a domain, getting hosting, why using WordPress, themes and plugins, how to use social media, how to find products. I cover this in detail, how to get approved as an affiliate. Again, I touched about that briefly here just in this webinar, but I talk about it in much more detail. How to write your review, brief covering of Google and Facebook, adding a bonus, and of course how to build your list. Like I mentioned earlier, I build my list from my reviews as well. I use my organic traffic to feed into my list building. Basically, I cover everything that I do about affiliate marketing. So if you follow this training, you can build up your review site. Now, the second thing that people were always asking me is, like, how do I get these reviews and how do I get these
Hey Brett,
rating
what theme
systems?
do you use?
I know that's like the most. If I had to think of one, it's people ask that so much that it's become a joke between me and Mike. Like he'll send me a message. He'll be like, hey, like Happy Father's Day or something, or Happy Birthday, Brett, last year. By the way, what theme do you use? It's actually become a joke about it. And incidentally, the theme that I use is horrible. Just so you guys know, I picked this theme in 2014 because it had this rating system, and I wanted this rating system. It was built into the theme. But my theme is not mobile responsive. My theme uses custom WordPress post types. I'm actually stuck with this theme now, and I don't want this theme because it's not a modern theme. It's an outdated theme, and even worse, the vendors aren't updating this theme anymore. They just kind of like forgot about it. I know some people can relate to what that's like. So they just forget about something. And that's what happened to me. So I really didn't even want this theme. So what I wanted to do, though, was create a plugin so that people can emulate my theme. So that way you can use the plugin and actually emulate the review functionality that I have. And that's where the Review Wizard plugin came from. So what you do is you install the Review Wizard plugin, and it adds this functionality into your post editor. We've all seen this before. This is the normal WordPress post editor. The Review Wizard plugin adds in this functionality as well. So that way you can rate products, you can put in pros and cons of the products, you can put a call to action bar. So one of the issues that I actually had was people would read one of my reviews and they would say, hey Brett, where's the link? I'm ready to buy. Where's the link? And it's kind of the worst thing ever if people can't find your link. So I added in a call to action bar so people can constantly see your affiliate link. And another thing that I added, which was a part of the theme that is now defunct that I'm stuck using, is SEO keywords and SEO description. Those two things are actually really important. They're very basic for SEO, but for some reason, most WordPress themes don't even have the ability to enter in custom keywords and custom description per post. You have to actually buy a plugin. You shouldn't have to buy another plugin just for that basic functionality that's required. So I built it into the Review Wizard system as well. If I go over, I'll show you a test post on my test blog. You can see what happens. Excuse me. So this is a test post, and you can see the Review Wizard plugin allows you to add in your own ratings box, your own pros and cons, and of course it has your own call to action button, which is always showing, so that way people can constantly see your call to action. In essence, Review Wizard, the plugin, allows you to emulate what's on my site on any WordPress site. So no matter what your theme is, you don't have to say what's my theme or what's the best theme. You can go ahead and turn any site into a review site. And
You can turn. I just want to interject. Sorry, Brad. You can turn any, even like a free theme out there. You can turn free themes into review site themes. You don't have to go out there and pay for an extra theme.
Yeah, I paid like $45 for my theme, and like I said, now it's not even mobile responsive anymore. The developers abandoned it. That was not too good. So yeah, that's where a plugin does make more sense, because now you're not locked to that theme. You're not stuck like I am. You can say, oh, fuck, I'll just take my plugin. I'll use it and turn my site into it. Also, mine's mobile responsive. Theirs isn't. I mean, that was something that really irritated me, is that my site's not mobile responsive. A lot of times people come to my review site and they like, this is all cut off and stuff, and I wasn't going to do that, so I made it mobile responsive. So that's in essence what Review Wizard is. It's a training that allows people to see exactly what I do. It's a video training that walks them through how to set up a site, how to get access, how to write reviews the way I do it so that you rank, how to build up your list, how to get affiliate sales, and then also the plugin that allows people to have a review site that they can actually make money from. You said there were some questions, Mike?
Yeah. What I'll do is, why don't you? Well, we can answer a couple of them here. I want to go over the OTOs in a second here for this. But as far as questions go, let's see here. Let's see some specific ones. I want to start a review site that is related to alternative medicine. Could this be JVZoo related? Will review sites work in the health niche? So, John, you're asking, like, do you have to do JVZoo for review sites? No. Like, if you see here, the plugin is going to allow you to do reviews for anything. Now, the training is specific. We're talking about JVZoo offers because that's what we do. When we started this in the beginning, I told you guys, like, we teach what we do, but that doesn't mean that you can't take the teaching and use that in another niche. But to be completely straightforward with you, like, we created this for the IM niche. But like, look here, you can do all these different tags here that Brett has. You could change this for whatever the niche is. If there's something specific to a health-related product, you could change that and rate it depending on what that niche is. And yeah, Brett, if you want to send it back over to me, I'm going to go through and show them the offer here that we have for them, and show them the OTOs. Before I go through all this, I just want to ask you all, who here is pumped up about review sites? Who here wants to go out there and create your own? Who here understands that this is a real business model? This is something that actually works. This isn't some push button, get rich quick scheme that is going to get you excited about for like the first day, and then you're going to realize that it actually doesn't work, that they're just lying to you. Like, this is a real a real system that actually works. And the cool thing about this is I know a lot of you have like you've got jobs that you're going to and you maybe don't have a lot of time. Well, you can do one of these a week or a couple of these a week. And let's say you take off some time, like life gets in the way. Well, you did that work once. That work lives on forever. That work just keeps on going on. You might do this for 6 months, and then something comes in the way in your life, and you end up doing something else, and you come back and you're still making sales from the work that you did because you put in that work that one time. So here's the sales page, and this guys, this isn't live yet, so we're going to send you a link here in about 15 minutes. This is going to go live. I just want to bring you through here and show you a little bit about this here. So these screenshots here above, these are our real screenshots from affiliate marketing from our business. These are days. You can see here $2,000, $2,800, almost $3,000 in a single day, $787 a day, $1,400 in a day. These are normal days for us. Like Brett waking up in the morning having having $787 in his account is not like something that he would be like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like he'd be like, okay, cool, like that's nice, that's a decent day, that's a good day. So just these are real numbers here. And once you get to the sales page, I recommend that you guys check out the sales video here because it's going to show you, it's going to be Brett on here talking about how this is actually not a push button system. We've told you over and over that this isn't a push button system. There is some work involved in this. If you think that you're just going to come here and buy this and make $1 million with it, that's not going to happen. Just like there's no push button system out there. However, if you want to learn a real system from two guys, here's Brett and myself. We're top sellers, top affiliates here on JVZoo. We recently got awards as top affiliate marketers on JVZoo. We win leaderboard contests all the time. Brett and I just won. Our most recent one is we just each won $1,000 a couple. I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago. We won a contest. We each got just an extra $1,000 put into our accounts for being top affiliates on a contest here. Now, one thing I wanted to show you on here, it's really important here, is affiliate marketing versus other jobs. So you guys are going to work, whether you're doing this or whether you're doing something else, you're going to have to do some kind of work in your life. So you can do affiliate marketing or you can do other jobs. So let's look at this really quickly here. If you look at another job here, let's say you're a gas station attendant. You work 40 hours per week. It's a dirty work environment. You're making probably $18,000 per year from this. Of course, it's going to depend upon what location you are in. But let's just say you're making $18,000 a month. So you're making money. You're doing the work 40 hours. It's probably not that great of a job. Now, this is a little bit better here. Truck driver. You're making about $55,000 per year. You're working 50 hours per week, so your hours are going up here. You're stressful. You're away from your family. You're making more money, but your quality of life isn't that much better. Okay, let's say you're an office worker. You got stressful work days, office politics that you're working with. 26,000. Maybe you're making a little bit more than that. When I worked in an office, I was making about this right here. But you look at this guy. He doesn't look very happy. He's working, but he's got all these different responsibilities. He has a boss that he's answering to. Not that great. Now we've got a lawyer here. Now we all know lawyers make a lot of money, and I remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a lawyer. I was like, that looks cool. Like lawyers make a lot of money. I'll be a lawyer. I'll make a ton of money. But we all know lawyers work a lot. They work 70+ hours per week. They've got thousands of dollars in student loans from going to law school, and but they're making good money from it. So I mean, they're trading their life for this money here. Now, affiliate marketer. About 20 hours per week, and if you look at the time that Brett and I actually work, it's probably depending upon the week, we could work even less than that. But let's just say 20 hours per week here. You work whenever you feel like it. You work in your pajamas. You're at home. You don't have a boss. And you can make upwards of $350,000 per year. And I know for a fact, we actually didn't put our real numbers here. We both make more than that. We both made more than that last year. I mean, these numbers here, if you look at this, if you look at like the amount of time you're going to put into this and the amount of reward and the stress-free lifestyle and the nice office, like, it's just a no-brainer here on what you're going to want to do. Affiliate marketing is one of the most amazing jobs that you can do in the world. I love my lifestyle, and there's no reason why you can't do that as well. I mean, and look at this money here. This is money that we're able to bring in here. $31,000 is a monthly sales here from that. It's a pretty amazing lifestyle. So again, Review Wizard, like Brett showed you before, you get the it's a two-part system. You get the software, and it's going to turn your site into a review website. It's going to have all the different star ratings for you. It's going to make sure that you're going to get more free traffic. You're going to be able to get free access to products to make it so that you look like you are more professional, and you're going to be able to make more money doing this. Plus, also on top of that, you're going to have the step-by-step training that's going to teach you how to go out there and build up a business built on the training of two guys that are both making $30,000 plus per month from affiliate marketing. Someone says, I came in here late. Will this work with no list? Tony, yes, it will work with no list. You can use this. This is perfect for people. Anyone that's getting started that has no email list, you should actually be paying attention to this, because you saw how much free traffic you can get using this system. If you don't have a list, if you're worried about traffic, you don't have any money to pay for traffic, then this is something that you 100% want to use, because then you can go out there and you can build your list using the free traffic that you get in from using this. So, and I know a lot of you don't like spending money on traffic, so this is a perfect way of doing that. Let's see here. So people are asking about prices here. I know Brett's off here in the background doing his little magic. Brett, are you alive with us? He's dead. Bye, Brett.
Oh, I went back to bed.
I figured you were going to go back to bed. So yeah, the OTOs here. Let's see here. What's the difference with the beta version, Mike? I'm not sure what you're asking about here.
Mike, that was probably a beta tester. And that's something that's important to point out. A lot of times you go and get software. Review Wizard does have a software aspect. There's a WordPress plugin in it. As this gentleman just revealed, I actually test my software months in advance to make sure it really works. So yeah, he's probably a beta tester, Mike.
Okay. There's not going to be a replay for this. Any suggestions on what domain name to use for a review site? John, if you look at the domain names that Brett and I use, I mean, mine is Mike from Maine, and his is Brett Rutecki. It has neither of them have anything to do with like internet marketing. They don't talk about like some specific niche. It's kind of interesting to note that, because when you have it like we didn't really, like, my site was never actually meant to be a review site. Brett, was yours, when you got yours, was yours meant to be a review site? I don't even know. Like, when you purchased it, were you thinking, I'm going to do product reviews on this?
No, I intended to do product reviews on it, but I was actually thinking about that same thing, like what domain name. Well, it comes back to what you were saying with branding. I want people to know, like, and trust Brett Rutecki. So the domain name was simple, Brett Rutecki. If you use a domain name, for me, my thinking was, if I use a domain name and call it something like Awesome I Am Reviews, that's not a very personal relationship. Who is Awesome I Am Reviews? Brett Rutecki is much more personal, and this is a personal business. You need to get people to know you and to like you and to trust you. So how is the best way? I mean, at least tell them your name. So that's what I choose people. Your name was good enough. It's a good name. Your mother gave it to you. Use your name.
And I think we're live, Brett.
Yeah, I just did that, by the way.
Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to grab a link and send it out to you guys. Let me see here. Is there a bonus? I came online late. There's bonuses on the sales page. You'll see them there. Is it advisable not to mix niches on one review site? If you're reviewing make money online products and personal development products, or reviewing health products, yeah, John, you don't want to do you don't want to have a site with like a review about a make money online product and then a review about a dating product on it. You want to keep it one niche.
I would actually take it beyond that as well, Mike, and say you don't even want to review multiple niches. I mean, why, like Mike and I had tried to be very clear and say that you need to build yourself up a little bit. You need to build up a little bit of a rep, that it does take time. It's not a get rich quick thing. Why would you divide your time to three different spaces? And then you're making it three times as hard. Pick one niche and let that be your niche and devote yourself to that niche. Be a master of one, not a, what does they say, master, jack
So
of
they
all
say like
trades, master of none.
yeah.
Yeah. Pick one niche. I mean, don't divide your time and make it three times the work. Pick one thing and promote. A lot of times people think like, oh, well, if I get into this niche and this niche and this niche, that's three times the chances of getting a sale. Yeah, but it's three times as difficult then.
Let's see here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to. Okay, could we have a brief summary of the product? I couldn't get in the webinar until late on. Why don't you go check out the sales page? We just sent you the link there. Go ahead and take a look at that. It will it will show you what the product is. I mean, it's a way for you to do review sites and training to do it. Can ads be placed on it? You can place ads on your site, sure.
Yeah, you could place ads, but I want to give you guys a little tip about that too. Somebody actually asked that. I run a pretty popular Facebook group as well, and somebody said, "What do you think about putting, what was it, AdSense ads on your website?" And yeah, you could do that if you want to get paid 8 cents a click from AdSense. But what you really want to do is get paid $15 when somebody buys an affiliate product. Why would you give them an opportunity to click something that's not an affiliate link? If that's what you're doing, again, keep it simple. Stick to one thing. Your point in doing this is to get affiliate sales. It's not to be an AdSense and get 8 cents a click. It's to get people to buy affiliate products. Stick to that. You can do it if you want to. I'm not telling you can. I'm just saying that it's probably not the best idea. Just some free advice for everybody.
Are recommended themes covered in the training? Well, here's the thing. That's the cool thing about Review Wizard is it doesn't matter what theme you use. You can use like a free theme, and this turns any theme into a review site. So now it doesn't matter like when people try to sell you some review theme. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy an expensive review theme. You can go out there and use this and turn any theme into a review site. Let's see. So, Brett, I'm going to paste something in here. Someone's saying they're having an issue. That's from the customer, not from me. Karen says the training inside the members area always rocks the house. Thank you, Karen. If you're a beta tester, please put a support ticket into Brett. And if you have any questions about that, most of the people on this call are not beta testers.
For the beta testers that want to get the upgrade, I'm going to send them out an email to let them know how to get the upgrade. If they want to purchase the upgrade, I'm going to send that out to the beta testers this afternoon. So please be patient, but I will get it out to them.
Phil is asking how we access the training. You access the training inside of the members area once you purchase. You should, if you log into your JVZoo account after you purchase, you're going to have access to your product, and your training is in the members area. Someone says there's better training in the first OTO. I wouldn't say it's better training. I'd say it's more in detailed training, and we teach more about actually going out there and like setting up your review site in a more detailed experience. Let me just put this right here in the chat box and that out to everyone. Remember, reviewwizard.com. Again, everyone, thank you so much for coming on this call today. I appreciate it. I hope you learned a lot about review websites and how profitable they can be. But again, thank you for coming on, and we will see you guys inside of the members area. Talk to you soon.